Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. Our distinguished guests, Yang Berusaha, Tuan Syed Faisal, Syed Muhammad, the Group Chief Executive Officer of MSM Malaysia Holdings, Yang Berusaha, Dr. Rosnari Rasul, the Acting Chief Executive Officer of BIMB Securities, Yang Berusaha, Ms. Stephanie Tan Carmen, Head Investor Development of Bursa Malaysia Berhad, our valued clients, representative from MSM, Bursa Malaysia, BIMB colleagues, and all of our respective guests for today. Welcome to BIMB Securities 8th Corporate Day, the Bursa Shariah Day. We have been graced by the Almighty to gather this morning for this insightful ceremony, and we would like to thank you for your time and commitment to be part of our event. Before we move on, let us begin with the recitation of Dua, led by BIMB Securities Head of Equity Research, Encik Azim Faris. Please welcome.
الفاتحة أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم إنا نسألك لسانا رطبا بذكرك وقلبا مفعما بشكرك وبدنا حينا لينا بطاعتك اللهم إنا نسألك إيمانا كاملا ونسألك قلبا خاشعا ونسألك علما نافعا ونسألك يقينا صادقا ونسألك دينا قيما ونسألك العافية من كل بلية ونسألك تمام الغنى عن الناس وهب لنا حقيقة الإيمان بك حتى لا نخاف ولا نرجو غيرك ولا نعبد شيئا سواك واجعل يدك مبسوطة علينا وعلى أهلينا وأولادنا ومن معنا برحمتك ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين ولا أقل من ذلك يا نعم المجيب. O Allah, grant us a soft tongue that always remembers and mentions your name, a heart that is full of gratitude for your blessings, and a light body that is obedient to your commands. O Allah, grant us perfect faith, a humble heart, useful knowledge, and a truly firm conviction. O Allah, grant us a wise and excellent way of life, and save us from all dangers and disasters. We ask you, O Allah, for sufficiency so that we do not have to rely on the help of others. O Allah, give us true faith so that we do not fear or hope for anyone other than you. Spread your mercy upon us, our families, our children, and all those who are with us. O Allah, do not leave our fate to be determined by ourselves, even for a blink of an eye, or an easier and faster way. O Lord, who answers prayers, please grant our request. O Allah, in conjunction of Bursa Shariah Day event, do guide us to be among those whom you have guided. Do grant us good health and forgiveness, so that we shall be among those whom you have granted good health and forgiveness. O Allah, you are the most forgiving and the most merciful, and you love to forgive. Therefore forgive us, forgive all our sins. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Encik Azim, for the recitation of the dua. In today's event, our notable speakers will share their journey and also initiative, which is in line with the Sharia principle across the ESG landscape. Environmental, social, and governance, or ESG investment, are gaining momentum as a sustainable trend across the globe. And those listed companies are certainly a developing part of this movement. So before we move on to the main agenda, please allow me to introduce our very first speaker for today's event, none other than our very own Acting Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Rosnari Rasul. Dr. Rosnari has 18 years of experience in research especially in equity market and also economics. She also has more than 10 solid years experience as head of research in charge of strategy and also economy. Previously, she was the acting deputy head of research in MIMB Investment Bank, head of research in Lembaga Tabung Haji, as well as M&A Securities. Prior working with Bank Islam, she was an economist at Public Investment Bank and holds a Bachelor of Finance and Economic degree from University of Hartford, US, and completed her Master in Business Admin and Management General in Ohio University in 2018. She completed her PhD in Islamic Finance and Economy at INSIF, the Global University of Islamic Finance. With this, we would like to call upon Dr. Roslani Rasul for the opening remarks as well as to present on the market outlook and also Islamic finance food sustainability. Please welcome Dr. Roslani Rasul.
Assalamualaikum, everyone. I hope you can see me. I'm not that tall, but because the rostrum is a bit too high for me, but I hope you can see me. This is my picture. Thank you for the introduction. Assalamualaikum, everyone. We are so happy to have you here today. Our distinguished guest, Tuan Syed Faisal, which is the group CEO for MSM. Our friends at MSM, David, Hadi, Fariza, and also Julia. MSM is on the way, which is the group CFO, Encik Muhammad Khairul. Of course, our partner, Bursa staff, Boni and Mechi are here, all our friends who are actually interested to hear about Sharia investing. We have been partnering with Bursa Malaysia in many aspects, not only in Sharia investing, but also in tea business and also retail business, in our pursuit to champion Sharia investing. Later shortly, I'll be present to you our 2024 outlook. You'll be very surprised that actually Shariah performed better than the conventional index. So that is something that will enlighten you why you should continue investing in Shariah space. We hope that you have a great day. MSM will be presenting all related to food. The current situation, food related supply shock. Not only in rice, previously kita ada few things, supply shock in chicken and everything. So it's all timely that we have group CEO of MSM to talk about sugar, something sweet in our life that we cannot live without. And then we'll talk about Farm Fresh, talking about the outlook for protein, our protein sustainability for Malaysia. Yeah. So, and lastly, I will be presenting on the food sustainability on the Islamic space. Why is it that food security is very important, and why and how Islamic finance can fit into the investment gap for that. So I have a few slides on that. Now, again, I hope you have a great day today. Food is always available. Lunch will be available. You can always, take your food and enjoy while listening to our presentation. After myself will be Tuan Syed, and then followed by Farm Fresh. My team will be here to assist you with anything. And again, thank you, Tuan Syed, for joining us today and the team, and also the Farm Fresh team which will be arriving shortly. If you don't mind, we can start. Let me start with the economic outlook. On the equity outlook, economic outlook, and followed by food sustainability. Shall we? Yeah. All right. This is our new office, just to let you know, we just moved to Menara MBI. If I can share with you, Menara MBI have their own story. This is actually a Wakaf building. Wakaf building, it was left by one single, I think Indian Muslim guy. He left a piece of land, yeah, and then he gave this land to Mawib, Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan, to develop the building, and then the proceed is to offset against the cost of constructing the building, and then after that then the money will go to charity. So this is why you call Menara Bank Islam Menara Wakaf. You can see that Bank Islam, we call it Menara Wakaf. So that is actually the story of this. This is actually being managed by Tabung Haji Properties. So this land is actually very significant for us because it's actually showcase our Sharia pursuit because we want people to know that we are actually helping the the zakat proceed for them to prosper. Okay, so this is our wakaf building. Okay, this is the equity strategy. What you see here is actually the comparison, year-to-date comparison for ABM KSCI and ABM Hijrah. You'll be surprised to see that year-to-date, ABM Hijrah did better than ABM KSCI. Yeah, so ABM Hijrah dropped by year-to-date only about 3% compared to ABM KSCI or close to 5%. So that is something surprise. Now, upon checking that, what actually drove ABM Hijrah? Three stocks actually drove ABM Hijrah, which is KPJ Healthcare. We cover the stock and we were very surprised. Actually, the guidance is that their net profit will be double because lepas buka the COVID tu, a lot of people will go for elective surgery and then non-elective surgery, and because of that, the share price actually more, I think, close to double. Yeah. Additionally, the one that actually push up ABM Hijrah, ABM Hijrah is similar to ABM KSA, only 30 stocks. Yeah, the top 30 biggest listed stock for Shariah space. The other one is actually Rubber Glove, which is Kosan. I think Stanley is here, Kosan, and also Top Glove. I think that actually push up the price for ABM Hijrah. So surprisingly, you see that actually if you put your money into Hijrah Shariah, you get a better return compared to ABM. ABM, a lot of some headwinds here and there, financial gaming stocks actually affected ABM KSCI. Now, this is the key event for Bursa Malaysia year to date. If you look at here, one box here, all the boxes is actually external headwinds. Our headwinds is not is only on the political side. If you recall back, so awal tahun tu, China was opening the economy, market boom. Then after that, market drop because US Federal Reserve increased interest rate. Then suddenly the US banking mess pop up. Yeah. A lot of them got some trouble, and then US debt ceiling impasse. Jeremy Powell announced rate hike. Now today we are facing with this US funding legislation impasse. What is that? So the Democrats and also the Republican Party could not come to an agreement for their funding legislation. So because of that, you tengok equity market under a lot of stress. That's why you see a lot of Chinese New Year lah, they say, a lot of rate. So VIX index, the way we gauge the fear indicator, jump to 18. So we know there will be some stress that causing our market to drop. Macam if you recall back, third quarter, the final day of the trading third quarter, Bursa Malaysia dropped close to 16 points. 16 points. So jadi that was a surprise. It shows that investors are actually taking profit before going back into the market. Why? One, because the government is due to announce the budget 2024, which I have a slide later. They are a bit nervous. Will there be increase in harga minyak? Will there be increase in harga gula? Will there be increase here and there? Kita ni, if you look at, actually we are a highly subsidized country. We electric subsidized, cooking gas subsidized, petrol price subsidized, gula subsidized, ayam subsidized, semua subsidized. So jadi why we in the equity market, we told the government the reason why foreigners a bit reluctant to come back to our market is because we fully subsidized. Based on our findings, if let's say ada pandemic again, COVID-19, the first country they will keluar is Malaysia, because we have to borrow. Yeah, because we have to borrow. So the fiscal deficit of 5.5% that every year the government table though is actually we borrow that money. So that money is not good. So it's not healthy. I like to give example of Indonesia. Indonesia, I think Jokowi was very brave. During COVID time, they pull out the petrol subsidy completely. Nothing. Today, you tengok fiscal subsidy, fiscal position in Indonesia already balanced, if not surplus. That is why you see later, JCI is the only boss that naik, and then rupiah is the only currency that naik, because they clean up the economy very well. And then their story is very sexy. They're going to be a high income nation by 2046. 100-year independent of Indonesia. The other sexy story out of Indonesia is that they gonna take the capital city from Jakarta to Kalimantan. And then we were told any company that is actually invest in the Greater Kalimantan, they will get 30-year free tax. So that is very sexy to us. So again, comparatively dengan the other regional players, we think that Indonesia actually gave a good value proposition. So that's why we are not surprised to see that JCI or Jakarta Composite Index is the only index that went up. So you see later. Okay. This is just to give heads up to you, showing that this is Hijrah, dropped 3%, ABM dropped close to 5%. The one that drove Hijrah is healthcare, Top Glove and Harta Lega. I would say that based on the 10-year average, both index actually has a steep discount compared to current trading. Tetapi market not yet ready. I think because of certain issues that we have, they are still waiting for the first fiscal budget by PMX, Unity Government. If you recall back last year, the budget ada some touch of the previous government. So this is their own budget. The government promised to give reforms here and there to reduce subsidy. So that's why you nampak later consumer index, Bursa Consumer Index, KL Index, they are actually dropped quite sharply. Yeah. So I think we can pass this. This is ABM Emas Hijrah and Emas Shariah. They are also, if you look at here, the discount is very steep. It's close to 50%. Yeah, so either the external risk is too big for us, or actually there's something wrong with our internal situation. Now, okay, this is what you call the global indices. If you look at here, we are here. If Hijrah Shariah and then ABM KSCI close to 5%. This is SET, is the Thailand Stock Exchange. They are the worst. They dropped by close to 12%. What is wrong with them? Remember that they had their general election tapi tak ada prime minister for so long. So in our presentation, we told the clients among the biggest risks that investors very fear, general election. Because bila general election, there could be a change in prime minister, there could be a change in policy, there could be cancellation in projects, there could be a lot of things. So this is the resulting here. You see, Thailand Stock Exchange dropped by close to 12%. But if you look at GCI, surprisingly, JCI naik by more than 1%. What is wrong with them? Or what is right with us? What is right with them? What is wrong with us? So we ask ourselves, what did they do right? That they increased by more than 1% compared. If you look at here, straight Singapore index dropped 1%. PCOM, which is the Philippine Stock Exchange, dropped by close to 4%. So regionally, there are 5 of us, but only one that actually jumped. So they must have done something right. Either they have pulled out their subsidy that we are supposed to do now, so that we are more lean. I mean, this is something we had our ESG corporate day. I was quite surprised. The industry leader mentioned. I would like to apologize first, but the statement is quite strong. They said that why Malaysia is polluted? Because our petrol price is so low. Yeah, so they say that actually is the government that actually could be polluting the environment, because when you normalize the petrol price, if you look at Singapore, petrol price I think 4 ringgit plus. So when you pull out subsidy for petrol, people will start sharing to go to office, sharing, naik public transportation. People start adjusting their life. So if you look at car penetration rate, Malaysia is one of the highest. Petrol consumption is one of the highest. So we have to correct this, because subsidy, if last year, if you look at subsidy government, 77 billion. Our development expenditure to develop Malaysia is 75 billion. Meaning, we are spending more for subsidy than to develop the country. Something is not right. So this is what Anwar went to New York. Steph went to New York. I guess this thing must have been touched. Perhaps the government gave their assurance that they are correcting the economy. This is what economists call distortion in economy, because subsidy is only for those who need, not for those who reach T20. You don't need that. the T20. So this is what the government is trying to correct, and therefore stock market is a bit lackluster because fiscal budget is to be announced next Friday. I'm very sure my team will be in front of the TV because we're very nervous, will the sugar price naik or will the petrol price naik? So a lot of company will have to make some adjustment in hand there. But to us, this is a transition of Malaysia, making the country more lean, lagi ringan, because our fiscal expenditure is lighter. I mean, we heard also some calling to end the pension for politician. Now, politician, if dia dapat re-elected 2 kali, dia dapat pension for life. Yeah, in Singapore, why they are so lean, politicians do not get any pension. They don't get. So they do that for national service. So this is why when they say that our OPEX is a bit bloated because we have to buy pension for MP. So there are calls for the government to actually reduce this. So we hoping that Anwar will be able to do the tough call because his government is still early. He just elected not even a year ago. The next general election is 2027. So if you want to make changes, GST, now I know GST is not a good word, according to the government, there will be hybrid, SST campur GST, campur lah. Tetapi rebrand, they will not be using nama GST. They will be using nama something else. Dah ada dah nama tu. We check with custom mentioned that for us to actually reintroduce consumption tax, it takes them only 9 months. So this is something that you have to do because when the government tak borrow banyak to finance the economy, our sovereign rating pun naik, our yield pun turun. So this is something, the mechanics that we have to understand. So we have to follow Indonesia. What did Jokowi did right? He did a lot of things right. Indonesian consumption, the petrol consumption is very low. And then at the moment, the government is facing with supply shock on rice. They tend to be a lot of shock. Gula dulu ada, lepas tu sekarang beras, lepas tu makanan ayam. They tend to be a lot of shocks because we import a lot of our food. So that is actually not healthy. So having said that, this is something I'm very happy to share. Now, this is the foreign equity inflow. We depend a lot on foreign investor to drive our market. Now, our market consists of 3 segments: foreigner, local insti, which is EPF, and also tabung haji, EPF, PNB, also retail. So for the local insti, if you look at, they have been masuk the market for so long, daripada 2014. Ingat tak band Bernanke dulu? In 2014, they potong interest rate, the naik interest rate. So they have been holding the market for so long. Now they're waiting for the foreigners to masuk. So foreigners have been coming back to our market. If you look at the data, foreign inflow rebounded to 2.2 billion. Compared to first quarter, second quarter, that dropped 1.8 billion and 2.3 billion. So that is very healthy. And we think that foreigner will come back, continue to come back into our market steadily. Why? One, improving political condition. This is something BIMB securities do not like to touch, but we have to say we are neutral. We are not taking side. But to us, political is important. Yeah, because political uncertainty can lead to the change in Prime Minister, for example, change in policy, cancellation in projects. Remember Gabuda dulu? Remember in 2018 nanti 2020, 2022, 3 kali tukar Prime Minister. So that is something is not healthy for us lah. Yeah. And then undervalued ringgit, later you see how much we think ringgit should value. And then of course attractive risk return trade-off and reform initiative by the new government. Which is PMX. Now PMX dah promise to reform the economy. Yeah, reform, making the government delivery system more effective. So this is what we want to see. Yeah, because we gave them the power. We would like to see them at least to correct the economy first. Okay, this is equity capital flow into ASEAN. Why I said that Indonesia is very sexy. Kalau you tengok sini Thailand Stock Exchange, the outflow is $21.5 billion. billion. If you look at Philippines, the outflow is about 3 billion. If you look at Bursa Malaysia, the outflow is about 400 million ringgit sahaja. So we are doing well. Tapi you look at Indonesia, the capital inflow is 3 billion dollar. Yeah, so meaning investors are placing a lot of faith in Indonesia because they think they can deliver. I mean, I don't like to say, we have been pushing our high income target, dulu 2020, then 2024. Now I dengar high income target Malaysia going to reach in 2026. So kalau compare Malaysia, compare Indonesia, yeah, so we have to benchmark ourselves against the regional leader, which is Indonesia. Yeah? So everybody outflow, dia seorang saja inflow. So they must have done right. Yeah. What did they do right? Political wise, Jokowi is very stable. I know next year there are the presidential election in Indonesia, but we think that is still going to be Jokowi people. Maknanya there will be continuity, policy continuity will remain. And then they clean up the system. Subsidy is very low in Indonesia. I think we are supposed to head to that lah. Tapi again, I would like to caution. Government promise that if they take out the subsidy for M40, for T20, and then if let's say they have to normalize the price, contohlah, katalah harga petrol RM4. Harga petrol sekarang RM2.05. They will continue to give the savings. Based on Bank Negara, dia punya study, assuming, I mentioned the fiscal subsidy last year was 80 billion. So dia kata 30% go to T20. So you 8 kali 3, 24 billion. 24 billion that they save, they can give back to M40, MB40. Ya, in terms of BRIM, sekarang bukan nama BRIM kan, dia ada banyak tukar nama, saya pun dah tak follow dah. BKIM, and then dia boleh potong income tax. So this government kata kita boleh buka universiti, kita boleh hapuskan tol, kita boleh develop the country. So that is what I think Malaysian would like to see. For you to correct the economy, take the subsidy only those who deserve. So that is actually very important. So this is Bursa Malaysia that I mentioned just now. Tuan Syed, you look at consumer sector, KL index, consumer sector drop a lot kat sini. Kenapa consumer index drop a lot? Because of uncertainty that the budget is coming. Usually, kalau siapa orang lama lah, Steph ke Aida ke, dulu akan ada budget rally. Usually ada budget rally lah untuk consumer. Sekarang tak ada budget rally because consumer will be affected. However, on the flip side, if you look at property sector, we are quite surprised to see property sector perform really well. So upon checking, apparently investors are actually accumulating or buying stocks, property stocks that have a lot of land bank in Johor. What will happen in January? We're going to get a new Agong. Yeah, a new Agong that obviously when you are an Agong, you want to develop your state lah. Usually it's like that. So jadi develop Johor. So you look at RTS is a rapid transit system linking Johor Bahru to Singapore. That one will be implemented. There will be station in Iskandar Puteri. Apa ada kat Iskandar Puteri? Iskandar Puteri, the state government punya office is in Iskandar Puteri. Then the revival of Forest City, Iskandar Puteri. Not to mention HSR. Along the line tu, kita tengok, you tengok sini stock movers ni, IOI Property, Property, Sunrise, Samdapi Property, they all have sizable land bank in Johor. So that's how actually investors are actually moving their money. If you look at property ni, since the last few years, they have not been performing at all. Yeah, because of, oversupply condition, interest rate, and then pandemic. And then on the utility side, TNB did very well because of RE punya investment. Transmission, cross-border IE, and then construction, pump priming, 12MP fiscal budget, flood mitigation, MRT, and of course energy, high oil price, upstream capex, and then of course transportation, reactivation of National Shipping and Port Council. That's why we mentioned that this will be announced in the budget 2034. So that's why I said that budget 2024 is hugely important for equity market because there are a lot of impact to us, direct impact, non-direct impact. Of course, we are also nervous on consumer lah. We don't know, because kalau kata subsidy is being cut, makna inflation naik. Bila inflation naik, consumption will be affected. So basically that is the you see the value chain there lah. Yeah, we are nervous because private consumption dia drive 55 to 60% of GDP. So bila inflation naik, people will not apply loan, people will not belanja, so everybody saving money. Ya, lepas tu Encik Mama Khairul Isya daripada Farm Fresh. Okay, alright. So this is also, I'm happy to say, you can look at here. This is the data for Bursa Malaysia participation rate. Kalau kita tengok sini, tengok the grey bar ni, kita tengok foreign participation makin menaik. So that is very healthy, meaning they coming back to our market. But we are happy, but we want them to come back macam they come back to Indonesia. You come to our market because our market is surely undervalued. Yeah. So I think it's imminent. Just wait for the government to announce on fiscal budget 2024. I think Malaysia will become as sexy as Indonesia. InsyaAllah. Okay, this is a staff that I mentioned to staff. This is the Bursa Malaysia trading value and volume. If you look at the compared to 2022 dengan year to date 2023, you can see that the volume is increasing 25% and also the value of course increased by 9%. That is very healthy. Because first half it's not a good time for equity market. Ada banyak headwinds. US lah, political uncertainty lah, remember kita ada 6 state election that we did recently, so that basically eradicate or reduce the political temperature in the country. Okay, what would be the market outlook? Market outlook next year, this will be one of the biggest market outlook. This will be the biggest market outlook for next year. We expect US to cut their interest rate. Yeah. Satu, there will be a US presidential election next year. They need the economy to boom. Yeah. And the current interest rate is very high at 5.5. It could go up to 6. Because of the naik itu, kenaikan kadar faedah semalaman di Amerika yang membuatkan ringgit jatuh kerana dolar naik. Ya. So, kita menjangkakan jika inflasi Amerika jatuh, bermakna argument untuk memotong kadar faedah semalaman Amerika tu begitu kuat. So kita menjangkakan kalau kita tengok semua ekonomis di US menjangkakan kerajaan Amerika ataupun Central Bank akan memotong kadar faedah semalaman sebanyak sehingga 100 basis points. So bila dia potong interest rate, apa akan jadi dolar? Dolar akan jatuh. Bila dolar akan jatuh, ringgit akan naik. So Tuan Syed akan smile lah because dia punya the cost dia tu will drop because they import 100% of their sugar needs and also farm fresh on that matter. So we think that market will be driven by the cut in US Federal Fund rate. Now if you look at the comparison, because I mentioned the comparison valuation wise, you look at here, kalau kita tengok Thailand Stock Exchange, if you look at the current valuation and then against 10-year PE, they are overvalued. I'm quite surprised to see the numbers. Meaning foreigner will not go into the Thailand Stock Exchange because overpriced. Mahal. Tapi kalau kita tengok JCI ni discount the current PE dengan 10-year 13%. Where are we? We are here. We are comparative to Singapore Stock Exchange, yang paling murah regionally is PCOM. Tapi for them to come back into our market, dia tengok dua benda foreigner. Dia tengok discount against 10-year PE and also ringgit, also currency. So kalau kata dia tengok ni, dia kata ABM kalau kita masuk kita dapat 20% return. Tapi kalau kita masuk kita beli ringgit naik, dia dapat return ringgit, dia dapat dua. So to me, we are very sexy because our ringgit is so cheap. Semalam ringgit jatuh lagi 472, year to date 452. Lepas tu ringgit yang paling rendah dalam sejarah adalah 488. We are not that far. So I'm quite nervous to see the trend of ringgit 472, 469, 472. I still remember masa 1997, I think Tuan Syed boleh ingat, whoever, orang lama, dia kata dulu ringgit jatuh, see you at 5. Maknanya dia predict, Edin will say that, will attest to that dulu dia kata see you at 5. Because ringgit drop so fast and so low at 5 tu, maknanya ringgit, kita kena bayar RM5 untuk dapat $1. Then the government pack ringgit. So that is the story lah. So now ringgit already 472. We are not far from historical low of 488. So that is something that we need to be cautioned about. And we hope that budget 2024 will be able to diffuse the lack of confidence in ringgit, in the economy, so that ringgit can rebound back. So again, if you are investor, you go to here. I mean, don't go to Jakarta. Jakarta, you get 13%. If you look at ABM, you get 21%. And in fact, rupiah is already dah mahal. So we think that ABM KCR will be able to do very well 4th quarter, 1st quarter next year, 2nd quarter, and even next year. Okay, this is something that made the market nervous. During first of the year, since last year, we expect the pullback in US inflation. US inflation ni, I pun pening tengok. Dulu dia drop to 3.2, lepas tu dia naik balik 3.7. Federal Reserve, US Federal Central Bank, dia nak tengok inflasi Amerika jatuh kepada 2% plus. Sekarang 3.7, jauh lagi tu. Dan dia mengharapkan dengan kenaikan kadar faedah semalaman Amerika yang begitu tajam, begitu sharp, dia menjangkakan inflasi akan jatuh. So itu yang menyebabkan pasaran saham tu, ketidaktentuan tu berlaku. Kerana development from the US. Jadi kita tengok sini, satu kita tanya dulu, kenapa ringgit jatuh begitu teruk? Kita tengok kenaikan kadar faedah semalaman di Amerika tahun 2022, lebih 400 mata asas. Tapi tahun ini naik 75. Dia begitu mendadak. Bila mendadak tu, kalau you letak duit dekat Amerika, you dapat untung banyak. Pasal kita naik OPR naik berapa je? Kita OPR dulu paling rendah masa COVID 175, 1.75. Currently is about 3. So kita naik dalam 125 mata asas berbanding dengan Amerika yang dah naik lebih 500 mata asas. Jadi kalau kita jadi pelabur, kita akan masuk ke US. Itu. Tapi masalahnya bukan kita saja yang mengalami keadaan ini. Semua mengalami keadaan ini. Okay. Ini adalah satu yang kita menjangkakan, kita nampak dolar ni overvalued. Macam mana kita tahu dolar overvalued? Okay, kita tengok daripada dollar index. Dollar index ni is actually dolar berbanding dengan mata wang utama dunia. So jadi kita tengok dolar sekarang, dollar index sekarang trade dalam 106, 106 sekarang. Maknanya lagi naik indeks tu, maknanya dolar lagi naik. Tapi kita tengok sebelum COVID, average dia hanyalah 87. Daripada situ kita tahu dollar is overvalued. Then we are saying dollar is overvalued by 20%. So on the flip side, kalau kita kata dollar is overvalued by 20%, maknanya ringgit is undervalued by 20%. So maknanya kalau ringgit 472, how much ringgit should be trading? 410. Patutnya, kalau tak ada masalah politikal lah. Kita ni ada banyak masalah politikal kan, banyak jenis slow. So jadi okay, bagi discount lah. So I think ringgit should trade between 44 to 455 lah. Itu Bank Islam punya target. So jadi we think next year ringgit akan melantun, ringgit akan rebound kerana kelemahan dolar. Kerana dolar terlampau tinggi. Kita nak pergi US sekarang kita kena bayar 472. Kalau kita pergi Thailand, kita kena bayar RM1 duit kita nak dapat 1 baht. Kalau kita pergi umrah, kita kena bayar RM1 20 sen duit kita nak dapat 1 rial. It shows a lot of issues in our currency. Now, okay, this is, but then again, ringgit is not the worst currency. The worst currency in the world because of kenaikan dollar adalah yen. Surprisingly, yen dia kita makin menaik tu makin tak elok. Maknanya kalau kita tengok what they call ini ringgit jatuh daripada awal tahun 6.6%, yen jatuh 13.9%. Lagi teruk. So kalau kata kita teruk, ada lagi yang lagi teruk pada kita. Tapi kita tengok sini, okay, rupiah tadi saya kata naik dekat 100%. Pound pun jatuh, peso pun jatuh, SGD pun jatuh, baht pun jatuh. Aussie dollar dengan New Zealand dollar saja yang menaik. So maknanya kesan-kesan kenaikan mata wang Amerika memberi kesan yang hebat. Kenapa ia satu masalah yang besar? Kerana kita import banyak food, ya, farm fresh import daripada Australia. Kita import 100% gula. Kita pakai duit kita. Jadi menjadi satu masalah kerana volatility in ringgit, because the commodity prices, commodity is priced in dollar. So that is actually a big concern actually, that we need the government to intervene to actually make ringgit more stable or even rebound for that matter. Okay, rally in oil price. I'm on one part I'm happy, oil price rally. On another part I'm not happy, oil price rally. I'm happy oil price rally because we are a net exporter. Kita import petroleum, kita export natural gas, net kita export. So kita dapat fiscal revenue. Tapi on the flip side, bila harga minyak naik, investor jual because dia rasa inflasi dunia akan naik. So itulah masalahnya. Tapi kalau kita tengok OPEC plus ni kartel, dia campur dengan Indonesia, dengan Russia. Dia kata dia tetap akan memotong pengeluaran. Jadi bermula daripada Julai sampai Disember, dia akan memotong lebih kurang 4 billion barrel per day. Dia nak support oil price. Berapa oil price sekarang? Saya pun nervous tengok oil price. Oil price sekarang 94. 94 tu kalau tak ada subsidi tu dekat RM5 tau. Petrol around 95. So that is a major concern lah. Lagi satu masalah dengan harga minyak ni, bukan hanya kita kena beli minyak, proses, lepas tu kita beli dengan ringgit. So jadi kita kena dua. Satu, harga minyak naik, RM2 jatuh. So harga minyak kemungkinan kalau dia apungkan boleh jadi RM5 lah. So don't quote me. I think I have to calculate back, but I think it's going to be around 4 plus lah. Okay, lagi satu, kita menjangkakan rally in oil price dipacu oleh kenaikan ekonomi dunia pada tahun hadapan. Ekonomi dunia dijangka akan menaik sehingga 3%. Ya. Now, it's very important for us to follow or for us to monitor because kita banyak public listed oil company that actually invest in exploration that ada impact for Petronas. So bila harga minyak tetap atas 80, we are actually happy that we think that the market can rally. Okay, this is very important. You know him. Everybody knows him. This is our Prime Minister. I think our Prime Minister has mentioned before that he's going to reform the economy. What does it mean by reform the economy? He mentioned that he's going to correct the distortion in the economy. Yeah? He going to correct the distortion. Makna subsidi is only for those who deserve. Who deserve subsidi? M40 and B40. Sekarang dia cakap, okay, I like to say this to my client. Okay, ada jugalah orang kata, saya T20, dia kata, saya gaji RM15,000. Gaji RM15,000 tu qualify as T20. Tapi saya duduk Kuala Lumpur, wife saya tak kerja, anak 5 terus jadi B40. So jadi kerajaan kata itu tak adil. Dia kata dia pakai satu lagi database, dia pakai nama dia padu. So benda tu contoh ya, macam Gen Y. Gen Y sekarang dia nak minta gaji 4,000 lah kata. Tak bayar kereta, tak bayar rumah, tak bayar makan, semua mak bayar, dia turun jadi T20. Banyak duit lebih. So jadi kerajaan pada kerajaan, okey, kita kena adil, kita kena tengok tanggungan dan siapa yang dapat subsidi bergantung kepada di mana kita duduk. Kalau kata dekat Perlis, tak payahlah. Harga Perlis, kuih 1.30 sen lagi. Dekat KL dah RM1. So dia kata kita tengok, kalau bandar-bandar besar, you dapat subsidi. Kalau dekat bandar-bandar kecil, you tak dapat subsidi. So this is what he's trying to correct. So kalau he's able to give a very very great budget, I think market will rally. So this is the thing that kita nampak. Okay, apakah risiko? Risiko yang boleh terjadi kepada pasaran saham. Saya ingat lagi 2 minggu lepas, China dia bawa keluar PMI services dia, some data lah. Bursa saham Malaysia jatuh. I think about 10 points. So itu menunjukkan kebergantungan ekonomi kita kepada China. Now, China ni kita banyak bergantung kerana 20% dagangan kita pergi pada China. Jadi bermakna kita banyak bergantung. Lepas tu China beli banyak kelapa sawit, beli banyak getah, banyak kita export our semi-finished good ke China untuk E&E kita dapat daripada dia. So bila China ekonominya agak lembab, dia akan menyebabkan keyakinan pelabur juga terjejas pada pasaran saham. Kita lah. So jadi penting pada kita kalau nak melabur kan kita tengok dulu China macam mana. Kalau China meletup-letup kan, lepas tu bursa saham kita pun akan naik. Selalunya macam tu. Negara mana lagi yang akan terjejas jika China lembab? Vietnam. Yang lain tak ada. Indonesia tak ada impact, Filipina tak ada impact, Singapore tak ada impact. Dua je region, Vietnam and also Malaysia. Okay. Of course, inflation in the US, I'm very nervous when I talk about US. Semalam market jatuh. I think Monday is it? Today, I think Tuesday. US announced dia mengumumkan kadar jobs. Jobs ni job opening in the US. Now job opening ni is very important kita tengok job opening because kalau kita nak inflasi dia jatuh, kadar pengangguran di Amerika kena naik. Itu kalau kita tengok Philip curve, Philip curve dia terbalik sikit. So jadi antara indikator yang dia tengok adalah jobs. Masalahnya jobs ni Ogos yang baru keluar number semalam ni, kerja-kerja kosong di Amerika telah naik dekat 10 juta. 10 juta bermakna ada kerja kosong 10 juta berbanding dengan sebelum COVID 5 juta. Maknanya permintaan untuk barangan akan kekal tinggi. Bermakna inflasi Amerika akan kekal tinggi ataupun menurun dengan agak perlahan. So itu yang akan menyebabkan unemployment rate dia 3.8. Federal Reserve dia nak tengok kadar pengangguran Amerika mencecah 4.5 ujung tahun ni, jauh lagi. So it's a very concern for us kalau kata unemployment dia tak naik kerana kita tengok ya jobs ni jobs ini sekarang ni bulan Julai job opening di US hanya 8.8 juta. Bulan Ogos naik 9.6. So it's something that is making us very nervous. Then we know that US inflation will not go down anytime soon. Bermakna kadar faedah semalaman Amerika akan kekal tinggi. So itulah impak-impak yang kita nampak. Okay. Another thing, I'm very surprised kalau kita tengok fear index, VIX index dia naik ke 18. Kenapa ya? Tiba-tiba government shutdown pula dekat Amerika. Ada news. Dia orang tak boleh agree on funding legislation. So risiko-risiko daripada Amerika ni, kenapa kalau ada apa-apa berlaku di Amerika impak kepada kita besar? Kerana Amerika adalah ekonomi terbesar di dunia dan dia banyak melabur seluruh dunia. So jadi kalau apa saja terjadi di Amerika akan kena limpahannya kepada kita. Okay? Alright, this is something that I would like to share with you. This is the US presidential election candidates. Tahun depan, bulan November, akan ada pilihan raya Presiden Amerika. Kita kenal tak ni? Kenal tak? Saya pun kenal. Pening saya tengok ada China-US war dulu masa dia naik tu kan. Ya Allah. So jadi Demokrat ni ada 3 saja calon. Calon paling utama boleh menang Biden, Joe Biden. Joe Biden ada masalah besar kerana umurnya yang tua. Kalau dia naik menjadi Presiden Amerika yang ke-46 pada tahun hadapan, umur dia 82. 82 campur lagi 4 tahun, habis term dia 86. So investor are not really that confident with him. So that is the big issue. Ini Kennedy ni tak berapa disukai sangatlah. I think they will choose Biden. Nah, dia orang ni ada berapa ni? Ada I think 2, 3, ada 11 kalau kita tengok Trump, dia sekarang mendahului calon-calon lain. Ya Allah, lagi masalah pula pasaran saham tahun depan. kalau dia naik tetapi dia ada masalah. Dia ada 4 legal case. 4 legal case. Tahun depan semua case dia. So jadi tahun depan jadi investor are not that confident that he should be the president. Out of this, what is the risk? The risk is uncertainty who is going to be the US president. Kalau you ambil Biden pun masalah, kalau you ambil Trump lagi lah masalah. Ya, dia akan buat lagi US China war number 2. Masa tu I still remember manufacturing sales semua jatuh, pasaran saham jatuh, semua kerana dia. Ya. So I'm very nervous because kalau Trump naik, I think we have to cut our target lah, year-end target untuk FBM KSI, because I think dia Malaysia pun dia attack masa tu. Dia kata kita we did something lah, we underprice our goods, so we are not spared by that. Alright. I dah dapat notification 10 more minutes. I have a few slides more to go. Okay. Alright, this is it. You know him. Again, kalau kata the government tak reform the economy, it will not be good lah for Malaysia and for the equity market for that matter. Yeah, we have a high hope on him. Dengarnya kata ada cabinet reshuffle, tapi kejap kata ada, kejap kata tak ada, kami pun tak tahu. Tapi dulu masa I was in Bursa, masa tu Minister of Finance or Deputy Minister Johari Ghani, katanya dia akan naik sebagai Minister of Finance. Kalau dia naik, stock market akan rally, because he's very good. I heard him speaking. Wow, he got all right. I think he knows what he's doing, and we want somebody corporate like him. They're able to help the Prime Minister. So we hope that there will be some cabinet reshuffle. Tapi katanya reshuffling cabinet pun dia nak letak banyak orang Johor. Kenapa ya? Kenapa daripada Johor ya? Hidup Johor. Ya, Agong baru naik. Tapi if you ask me, this is my personal view, would it be good for us if Johor naik Agong? I say yes. Because himself, he's very business minded. He wants everything maju. And then I think he's very garang. Kalau politician datang kat Istana Negara kata nak tukar kerajaan, I think dia buat keluar pedang samurai tu akan balik lah. So political stability tu be there lah. I think that is very important lah. So he will be naik Agong at the end of January. Then he will be formally installed in May. But you see more of him lah. So I think the next 5 years will be a lot better under him. Because I think he's very business minded. I think dia dah kata dah, I dengar dia kata okay, highway pergi Johor I nak 3 lane. Pening kerajaan kena buat 3 lane pergi Johor baru. So jadi kerajaan kena fikirlah, nak buat lane for Johor. Okay, this is something, if you are in the equity market, you have to pay attention to this what you call grey font. Pengumuman untuk policy decision untuk US dengan Malaysia. Malaysia ada satu lagi. Bulan November, kita tidak menjangkakan akan ada perubahan OPR. Kerana keadaan ekonomi Malaysia yang agak mencabar, kita menjangkakan OPR akan kekal dalam 3%. So, jadi kalau kita dalam pasaran saham, ini adalah announcement yang perlu kita beri perhatian. Untuk pengetahuan semua, slide ni akan diberi untuk semua orang. Kena ambil QR code, you can refer to. You can get these slides farm fresh sekali dengan MSM. Okay, market evaluation, we have a year-end target 1550. I think my friends here in public will know 1550. How we pack at 15 times. I think currently Bursa Saham I think 1429. We still have about more than 100 points to go. This is more important. We expect ABM to end the year at 1550. Kalaulah kata ada sesuatu yang di luar jangkaan begitu hebat, kan kita menjangkakan ABM mungkin mencecah sehingga 1705. Tapi jika adalah tiba-tiba tak tahulah perang dunia ke sesuatu yang di luar jangkaan, ABM boleh jatuh serendah kata 1223 lah, tu standard deviation below lah. So that is our projection lah. I think I can skip this. I cannot do any recommendation on stocks on this. I just want to touch upon economy. A bit. Ekonomi dunia tahun depan akan melantun, menaik kadar 3%. Daripada tahun ini 2%, tahun ni banyak masalah ya. Ada supply chain disruption, prolong Russia-Ukraine. Saya pun tak faham dengan Rusia dengan Ukraine ni. Tiba-tiba dia bangun tidur besok dia nak serang orang. Kan, dia sebenarnya dia kata Ukraine tu dia punya. Dia kata dalam buku sejarah dia kata Ukraine tu dia punya. Ukraine ni is a sovereign country. Dia independent country. So inilah masalahnya. Jadi terdapat banyak supply shocks dunia akibat daripada perang Rusia-Ukraine bulan 2 tahun depan dah 2 tahun dah. The second year. The impact is actually supply shock on natural gas, fertilizer, sunflower, fertilizer daripada Rusia. Fertilizer yang crude palm oil pakai, plantation datang daripada Rusia. So kalau Rusia ni ada sekatan dagangan, ada sekatan ekonomi, mestilah harga fertilizer pun naik. So inilah masalah yang kita nampak sekarang. Then okay. On that score, this is the risk that we are seeing. We are seeing inflation risk, China's slower growth, capital volatility, and geopolitical risk. This is our target. Just to share briefly, actually, our GDP target is 3.7. The government punya GDP target is 4 to 5%. Kalau kita tengok dekat Bloomberg expect GDP Malaysia akan average dalam 4% ya. Okey, tapi lebih penting kita tengok dolar ni kita menjangkakan akan berakhir hujung tahun 4.55 dan CPI 2.6%. Kenapa CPI ni penting kita tahu? Kerana majikan bila dia nak bagi kenaikan gaji asas yang dia akan pakai adalah inflasi Inflasi maknanya Tuan Syed atau Encik Khairul dia kata inflasi 2.6 je dia cakap. So kita tambah 3%. Itu sebab penting kalau 3 kita tambah persen dapatlah 8%. Because dia kata kenaikan 2.6. Tapi sebenarnya kalau kita tengok kita ni lebih kurang unfair. Because inflasi tu kenapa inflasi begitu rendah sedangkan kita tengok kuih sekarang RM1 1, 50 sen pun ada kan, tapi inflasi 2.6%. What is the issue? Bermakna kita ada banyak subsidi. Jadi kalau Indonesia menunjukkan dia punya inflasi dia 8%, memang betul 8%. Tapi kita kalau 2%, ada a bit incorrect lah information tu. Pasal kalau kita apungkan semua harga, tidak ada subsidi, inflasi akan lebih 5%. So jadi this is a bit misleading lah, because kita ada banyak bagi subsidi. Itu sebab food inflation kita yang ada masalah sekarang tidak begitu tinggi kerana kita banyak subsidize. Tapi kita sendiri rasa yang harga naik. Tapi tidak nampak pada inflasi. So itu yang Rafizi dia kena correctkan the situation lah. Because this is what they call second round price inflation. So there is something lah. Okay. Alright. Economic outlook, I always say that ini third quarter last year. Ingat tak? Third quarter last year ekonomi Malaysia naik 14%. Jadi untuk kita boleh ke kita naik lebih tinggi 14% untuk memacu ekonomi kita lebih 4%. So challenges kita adalah third quarter, fourth quarter, 8 quarter. Because ingat tak kita buka ekonomi kita tahun lepas 1 April? 1 April, lepas tu itu yang kita nampak ekonomi kita naik. Jadi kita menjangkakan third quarter ekonomi akan hanya 2%, fourth quarter hanyalah 4%. So jadi not that great, but we think that next year is going to be better because Anwar Ibrahim, PMX, dia kata tahun depan dia menjangkakan GDP Malaysia akan melantun, menaik, berkembang 5 hingga 5.5%. So jadi kita happy lah. Pasal tahun ni kita 4%, tahun depan kita 5 hingga 5.5%. Kita antara yang terpantas di ASEAN. Kalau kita tengok Singapura ekonominya berkembang hanya 2-3%. Kenapa 2-3%? Kerana dia adalah ekonomi yang besar. Ekonomi yang cukup besar. Dia nak berlari tu slow sikit pasal dia besar. So yang boleh berlari cepat ni macam Thailand, Filipina kita. So jadi kalau kita boleh berkembang sehingga 5.5% tu pada saya tu memang bagus lah. Memang itu pun average kita. Kalau kita tengok ekonomi Malaysia ni daripada 1960 hingga 2020, secara average-nya kita berkembang dalam 5%. So jadi kalau kita berkembang 5-5.5% pada saya tu is respectable. And remember, kerajaan tahun depan akan membuat pump priming. Maknanya dia akan banyak berbelanja untuk construction project. MRT3 lah, flood mitigation lah, forest city lah. I still remember masa saya kecil-kecil dulu, Dr. Mahathir bercakap kat TV, dia kata, "Sir, ada orang tanya, why do you like to do pump priming?" Dia kata, when we do pump priming, when we spend on construction $1, there will be a impact of 100 sector. Yeah, not only cement, not only workers, not only a lot of demand. So maknanya for every dollar the government belanja untuk construction project, dia dapat return 100. Itu sebab mana-mana kerajaan kalau dia nak pacu ekonomi dia, okey, kita buat projek banyak. Itu yang Kalimantan tu. So itu sebab Kalimantan, ekonomi Indonesia dijangka berkembang dengan hebat kerana dia akan, Kalimantan ni dia mundur, begitu mundur. So imagine Indonesia yang begitu padat, yang begitu polluted tu, dia akan buka kat sana. Can you imagine berapa yang dia akan spend? I think more than 100 million. Itu tak masuk lagi pelabur-pelabur asing yang akan berbelanja di Kalimantan. Nobody thought that he would do that. And we were told, we went and see one client. Jokowi punya istana dekat Kalimantan dia siap dah. Dia datang Kalimantan, if not every week, every month, he is watching over the development. Then you can tell he is very serious. Yeah, so dengan adanya istana and everything, jalan semua dah buat, you can tell that Indonesia is going to boom lah. Consumer spending, just to tell you, we are very happy to say that tourism kemasukan pelancong asing dijangka lebih 3 kali ganda pada tahun lepas. Dijangka 18 juta tahun ini berbanding dengan tahun lepas 5 juta. Dan ingat 2025 akan ada apa? Visit Malaysia Year. So Visit Malaysia Year, kerajaan menjangkakan kemasukan pelancong asing mencecah sehingga 25 juta. Yeah, so I think those will be one of the things that will power the economy. Now employment growth, just to heads up to you, dulu masa COVID saya amat sedih tengok kadar pengangguran Malaysia yang lebih 5%. Ini formal sector tau. Yang informal sector, yang penjaja-penjaja kat luar tu, kita tak tahu kadar pengangguran masa COVID. So jadi sekarang kerajaan telah melakukan banyak inisiatif. Pengangguran negara sekarang hanyalah 3.4. Not yet full employment, close to full employment. Full employment is about 3.2. Solid labor force participation, setiap 10 orang yang boleh bekerja di Malaysia, 7 bekerja. So itu adalah sesuatu yang sihat untuk Malaysia. Maknanya everybody is working. Compared to Philippines, level force participation dia only 60%. Okay, I dah dapat signal that I have to end soon. Food inflation, of course, is a concern, Tuan Syed. Of course, there's a lot of shock in the global food supply. We are very concerned on that. That will cause food inflation to increase. I have to take more than time because I ada satu slide that I think very important for me to touch on. Inflation in 2024 could rebound should subsidy rationalization initiative on goods and services are implemented. Okay. Having said that, we can skip this. I think this is my last slide lah. This is fiscal budget 2024. If you look at here, it's actually on the green side. It's all our deficit. Malaysia has never fiscal balance daripada dulu. Ya, tapi it made worse by COVID. Nampak ni, ini dekat 6%, ini masa bila ni? 2009, masa tu subprime crisis. So, kita semua tahu bajet 2024 akan dibentangkan pada 13 Oktober. Selalunya hari Jumaat, lepas solat Jumaat pukul 4. Subsidi rationalization, kalau kita tengok Ahmad Maslan, kita tengok PMX, dia dah kata subsidi SRI ni akan ditabelkan pada bajet 2024. Ya. Lepas tu dijangkakan akan ada pengurangan 40% perbelanjaan subsidi kerana I honestly do not know how they're going to do it. I've been checking around, especially petrol. But what we can say, petrol consumption, kalau kita nak beli petrol sekarang, kita kena pakai MyCard. Dan according to Datasonic, which is our client as well, we cover the stock, dia kata akan ada pertukaran MyCard yang kali kedua dalam masa 1 atau 2 tahun kerana Bila beli minyak, now berapa foreign worker kita ada kat Malaysia? Saya rasa mungkin 5 juta ada, 2 juta. Diorang pakai minyak kita yang kita subsidi tu. So dia kata diorang ni dah tak boleh pakai. So dia kata nak beli minyak nanti you tunjuk my card. Tapi my card ni dah ada tempered. Security dia tak begitu, dia kena tukar security feature dia supaya tiba-tiba you tengok Androno nama orang Indonesia kat situ kan. So jadi they need to change this. According to international standard, memang IC perlu ditukar setiap 10 tahun. So kami menjangkakan untuk beli minyak, mungkin dia perlu pakai my card. Mungkin kami tak tahu. So kami pun menunggu. So jadi kami menjangkakan barang-barang asas yang akan terjejas mungkin petrol, gula, flour, cooking, gas, electricity. I think semalam ada klien tanya, adakah perlu kerajaan mengapungkan harga 2 kali? Mula-mula sikit, no. In economy, you nak apung, you apungkan sekali. Because you apungkan sekali, harga naik, you apungkan lagi 2 kali, 2 kali naik. So jadi pada kita, you buat terus. You jangan dah tengok dah, supaya then the economy will be stabilized, better. Macam GST, naik sekali je. Tapi kalau you buat 2 kali naik GST, 2 kali naik lah. So jangan apungkan harga asas 2 kali. Kerana itu not good for the economy. So we expect inflation to be elevated in 2024. Although we expect to be transient lah, temporary. With SRI, the government is expected to keep a lead on expenditure and reduce fiscal deficit. Berapa fiscal deficit kita? Tahun lepas 55, tahun ni 46, tahun sebelum tu 55, tahun 2025 akan turun ke 3,5. 3,5 ni kita pinjam 3,5 daripada 1.5 trillion ekonomi, we borrow about 500. What happen if we borrow untuk perbelanjaan ni? Now, dalam undang-undang kerajaan, dia tidak boleh meminjam untuk operating expenditure. Maknanya dia boleh pinjam untuk development expenditure. Sama je, masuk left right je. Tapi dia pinjam yang ini. Apa jadi? So jadi bila kerajaan perlu, dia 2 cara dia nak finance fiscal deficit. Either they print money, you print money, inflation akan naik, ataupun you borrow. You borrow, yield naik lah. So that's the issue lah. Itu sebablah kita punya interest expenditure kita dah lebih 15% daripada government punya allocation. So that is not healthy. He knows, PMX, he knows. He just came back from New York. I was told that his meeting started 8 o'clock until 11 at night, and he did very well, apparently. We were told that there were a lot of questions to invest in Malaysia because US is already dah fully invested. They are going to ASEAN now. So that's why akhir kata, if you want to go into stock market, you better go now. Because I think tahun depan stock market akan continue rally. I think thanks to the government that is expected to reform the economy. I wish I can go more, but I have few more slides, but I think I'll be taking Tuan Syed punya time. Thank you for your attention. I will still be here if you have any question and things like that. And then Cik Khairul followed after Tuan Syed. Thank you so much.